Excuse me, sir. Now, would your audience appreciate the fact that you use that word? Aren't you one of those that's like all for women and all for different rights and stuff? It's always y'all who are doing that, isn't it? Okay, so Alice came out with a tweet and said here, because remember that video that Samuel made that, okay, listen, and I still stand by what I said about Samuel's video. That video was a nothing burger. Like, why are you going to make a video saying allegations are coming out, but remember, allegations aren't evidence, and we have to hear both sides of the stories, and allegations are just, why even make a video that does that? Just wait until the allegations come out and then do the story. Anyway, so Alice came out with the allegation. It says, here's my statement on the situation I've been scared to speak out on. It's best it was made public how horrible this person with a platform is. I'd hate to see another woman go through this. Please read the statement first before continuing. All right. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am rather particular about screenshots. Okay? And the one thing I hate about these screenshots is, well, shit like this. Like, what is that in the background? What's that in the background? The conversation's being cut off in the middle. All right? I hate the fact that I don't have full context. I would have rather you taken a screen recording and just gone through every single message and screen recorded it. That's what I would have rather have seen. But then again, this is ImAllexx. Who really cares? Can we be honest about it? Because when you have messed people over as much as ImAllexx has, who's going to help him? Who's going to help him? Nobody. Okay. So here's two things that popped out at me when I was going through this. And quite honestly, I think the recordings show a lot more because you hear his voice. All right. Before I really get into this, I am going to say this. I hate when allegations like this come out. I am an older woman who has lived more life than a lot of other people in this community. Actually, everybody but Tommy. And I've lived a very hectic life in parts of my life. So normally I have a different perspective on things compared to what I playfully call the youngins. You never know how it's going to be received. But yeah. You do. Okay, so here's one thing that a lot of people don't understand, and I notice a lot of young people don't understand this. Two people can be wrong at the exact same time in the exact same situation. Both parties can be in the wrong. And I think people tend to not remember that. All right, so page 42. It says, I'm very sorry about yesterday, and I know I crossed the line when I was angry. It isn't right to do no matter how mad I am, and I'm sorry I went that far. After that argument, the same month is when we moved in with each other. This is when things got more real for me, and I decided to start noting things down, recording, and texting my mom. So she started recording him and doing the screenshots after she moved in with him. So that tells me, girl, you already knew how he was. What were you thinking? You already knew because you had the wherefore that you knew when you moved in, you started taking screenshots. All right, so we got screenshots here. We had the worst arguments I've ever experienced with anyone, but after the move, it became even worse. On the 4th day of living together, on the 19th of October, that's another reason why dates are important, because we see no dates in these. We don't know when this was actually taken, because the dates we always see on everything, yesterday, today, today, today. We need dates. Oh my God. You were dating a drama YouTuber. Learn something. He had taken it to the next level and got physical in a fight. It started as a screaming argument where I begged him to leave me alone and just stop. I ended up trying to get away from him and he followed me. I went to walk downstairs. He grabbed my hood, pulled me back until I fell on the floor. He told me I'm not getting away, so I got up and made a run for the bathroom. He gets in my way, grabs me, pulls me in a headlock and covers my mouth because I'm screaming for him to get off me. I got to the bathroom and locked it behind me, and he screamed from other sides calling me crazy, telling me to leave the house after I've asked him to leave me alone. On the 28th of December was the last day I decided no longer be with his behavior. I was getting the house ready for his parents to come over for dinner, as Alex did not clean or prepare anything. He must have thought I was angry at him because I'm cleaning the kitchen, and he was constantly asking me if anything was wrong. Basically saying, what's wrong? What's wrong? What can I do? What can I do? Oh my God. Okay, here it is. Literally you, what the reminding you as you seem to have forgotten how abusive you are. And I forgave. Man, stay the fuck away from you. You kicked me. Me, you psychotic freak. I'm not fucking dealing with this. Keep going. It's adding to the report. Now, if you had a girl you were fighting with, guys in the chat, if you had a girl that you were fighting with and she just told you in the DMs that you kicked her, if you didn't kick her, wouldn't you tell her to fuck off? I didn't do that. Wouldn't you tell her, no, I didn't do that? And then he was warned right here. It's adding to the report. That report? The Google Doc we're looking at right now? What? You weird freak, do you think it's fucking fair to do what you did earlier? Be honest. You actually think what you did in the kitchen was normal after yesterday you pulled the same shit? You kicked me, and I told you not to, woman. You freaked out, not me. Fucking answer the question. Again, she said you kicked me. And he did not refute it. He did not refute it. He did not say, fuck off, bitch. No, I didn't. He didn't say that. He didn't say anything to it. Bro, what? Now, I do know at the end of this, she talks about how she slapped him. Okay? If it's true that he was in her face, screaming in her face, I'm going to tell you right now, it might not have been the right thing to get physical. Let somebody try to scream in my face and think I won't at the least slap them. And I mean anybody. I'm sorry. Sometimes you do things in life that are not exactly the correct thing to do, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying, let somebody scream in my face. I'm not in nobody's army. Let somebody scream in my face and think I won't do, I'm just going to stand there and let it take it. So, I mean, listen, sometimes you do things that aren't technically correct, but sometimes those things need to get done. All right. So those are the two things that stuck out to me. The screenshots, absolutely, I hate the screenshots. I hate them because they all say today or yesterday, today, or yeah, I absolutely hate them. I do. I don't get it. I get more actually from the videos. And we have to remember, because of the way she screenshotted this stuff, we don't exactly know fully her side of it. But again, it's Alex. I'm going to be honest. I don't care. I really don't care, because I honestly believe karma works. When they say karma works in mysterious ways, they honestly do. Now, Alex apparently felt like he had to pull out the whole studio production for a Discord call. I don't get it. It's a damn Discord call. I don't know why you have to do that, but I don't know. So this is the first video.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join call, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong, but when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it.
I dare you to tell me to lay down like a good dog. You know what that... Okay, you know what talking points like this is? This is him knowing... in his mind, knowing damn well that he is better than her. He absolutely thinks he's better than her just by using that language. But he's an internet sensation, right?
You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why it's...
Alright, there's that one. Alright, this one is following me after he kicked me and I'm packing my things. Okay.
Oh, what?
Okay, hold on. So this is him following her around after he allegedly, we'll use allegedly, after he allegedly kicked her. Okay?
I don't understand, because nobody got anything to be stuck up over. But for some reason, it's like, is it good enough for you? You get to do whatever you fucking want all day. It's like, and then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying.
Okay, and those people who, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Those people who were saying he was abusive because he used the word cunt, you obviously don't know people from Australia or the UK. I'm just saying, okay?
To look at, like, when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to come upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, woman just, like, ask me to buy another one, or stop complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point.
I'm gonna be kind of honest. He sounds kind of manic. And when you go and you look, hold on, wait. When you go and look at some of these messages, where is it? Right here. Look, idiot, talk. Fuck you, you win, fuck you. I mean, he's manic. He gets manic. Hold on, where's the other one? Oh, listen, join. Bro, it's like he's manic, and he kind of sounds manic in that recording. He sounds manic. Okay? I'm telling you.
Like earlier, you're miserable about making a kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is, and it fits. It's fine. You don't have to, like, you don't clean up after yourself. Neither do you. So...
Excuse me, sir. Now, would your audience appreciate the fact that you use that word? Aren't you one of those that's like all for women and all for different rights and stuff? It's always y'all who are doing that, isn't it? Like, it's always the male feminists who are the biggest misogynists out there. It's always the super woke ones that you end up finding out that, you know, their racism is a little bit skewed from what they think it is. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Would your audience appreciate knowing that you talk like that because you actually play a character online instead of being yourself, but you act like that's really you? God, these fake YouTubers, bro.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I didn't go around complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? Because you don't talk about it in your little brain.
Okay, not gonna lie.
Pay for any of it.
Not gonna lie, I'm just like picturing her running around the room just throwing shit in a bag, because that's exactly what it sounds like.
So, who really cares what you have to say? And what does it even matter? If you want to clean up, I'll fucking hire one. It's my money. But this is the thing, even right now, you just ignore all of that.
I know it's a cliche saying, but it's a cliche saying for a reason. What's in the dark will always come to light. And it's true. You always hear me talking about karma. Karma always comes around. No matter if it's an hour, a day, a week, a year, 10 years down the road, it always comes out. No matter what, it always comes out. You know?
I'm giving you options for everything, you just ignore everything.
Exactly, Crab. Look at Diddy. We're talking almost 30 years of Diddy. And it's starting to now finally come out. Yeah.
You're not actually trying to sort out any of these problems. And if you've got problems with things, man, why don't you call them? Why does it have to be me? You can call people, you can get it sorted, you can take them out if you want to. But no, because Alice doesn't actually fucking do anything. I'm trying to fucking right now.
And here's the funny part. So I was going in and out, but I think I heard Nick say it last night or whatever, that Alex has like a reputation of being dirty. Like he doesn't clean behind himself, that he's dirty. He literally has that reputation. And if you remember the part that I read about the kitchen, he wanted to clean, she was cleaning up the kitchen and because he doesn't clean.
I'm spending 3 hours fucking every single day trying to figure out where £75,000 has gone. And whether I'm ever going to get it. And then any of my future YouTube revenue. Because the company's holding my channel fucking hostage. So yeah, sorry I forget about to clean the side sometimes. I got bigger fish to fry. And I still have to post.
Go away.
You just don't think about anything.
Go away.
I'll tell you what, if she is setting him up, which she absolutely did set him up. I'm not going to sit here and say that she's an angel. She absolutely set him up. She said flat out that when she moved in with him, she started recording him. That's when she started taking the screenshots and stuff. She set him up. Listen, there's 2 types of women. There's the women that once they're out and gone, they're gone. And then there's the other women that we will get our payback one way or the other. It may take years, but we will get it. Whether that's payback through us doing well in life or payback, I'm going to make you crumble. I'm not mad at her for doing this. Yeah, and she did warn him. She warned him. You saw where she warned him. That's going to go on the list. She already told him. So really, if he would have read it properly, he would have already known. Hold on. Okay, I think that's about it for this.
Yes, you did.
No.
You were throwing fit.
No, I didn't.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Well, I slept up here because you made me. I wanted to sleep downstairs so I could fucking actually wake up on time today.
I didn't make you.
Yes, you did.
No.
You were throwing fit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How
Well, you could stop.
How is she making you in your own damn house? You know what I think with Alex? I think Alex also likes to be a victim. I can't help it. I just have that feeling. It's a feeling. It's a vibe. Okay? All right. Let me pull up the other one. Let's see what other one we're pulling up. Oh, this one.
Sorry first.
So I'm a bitch, retard.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay.
Now notice here, she's all I'm sorry. I think this is funny. She's already sending the screenshots to people. Listen, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her for doing it. It seems like to me she got to a point that she did not care anymore. She did not care. It's going to be, you know what? I've seen what you do to other people, so I'm going to cover my ass. I'm not mad at it.
I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird.
I mean, let's put it this way. The reason why I'm not mad at it, I'm not mad at it because he's such a shit person. I mean, it's not saying what she did was 100% right to do, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes karma uses different means to come back at you. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to sit here and be virtuous towards him because of what she did. I'm not going to do it. And you want to call me a hypocrite? Call me a hypocrite. I don't care.
It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
So,
like
I
this
didn't,
is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Did you see the way he acted right before he said that? You know what that is? They had an IRL relationship. Now, I've heard some people say that was funny that he said that. It's not so funny when you're telling your IRL girlfriend that. That's actually abusive. Now, two people can be abusive to each other at the same exact time. So we don't know her side of anything. But from what she's showing, at the very least, he's abusive. Because that is abuse. Because that was an IRL girlfriend. This isn't just some Discord e-dating thing where you can put your middle finger up in the air and cut off the computer and it's done. No, this is IRL. So what he said right there is not funny. How would you feel? And it's mostly dudes that I hear that I see that are saying this is funny. How would you feel if your sister or your mother or your aunt's husband or boyfriend said that to her and they were IRL dating? It wasn't e-dating. How would you feel? You'd want to whoop their ass, wouldn't you? This is an IRL situation. This isn't e-dating situation. I'm sorry. That's abusive language. Again, we don't know her side of everything. And I will be very clear about that. I honestly believe at most, they could have had a very toxic relationship where both of them were fucked up. Because let me tell you something, being in a toxic situation, being in a toxic relationship, you do and say things that you would have never done in your life. I can tell you that from experience. And at the very least, there was some kind of abuse going on. Not necessarily, because abuse doesn't just mean physical. I'm sorry. That was abusive language that he used. And I don't care what anybody's got to say about it. That was abusive language. Not saying that she could have never said anything like that. She absolutely could have. And she could have done it and didn't show it. It's a very possibility. You saw how fucked up those screenshots were and how badly cropped they were. Where we're looking at the middle of a conversation instead of the whole conversation. Okay? So I'm not saying that she couldn't have said anything just as fucked up. But all we have to work with right now is him saying the fucked up shit. Moon says, oh, we know he was mentally abusive and could be physical. Yeah, I mean, and she could have very well been the same way. We don't know that. We're going to have to wait and see what he says.
Because this one, genuinely, this one, you f***ed this, royally f***ed this.
Alright. Okay, I don't know this one.
What judging mental is, I think I may have said, like, 100 times, to the point where it's actually really hard to follow what I'm saying, because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that, and it sounds f***ing mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like, most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional, and you're all not.
He's an internet sensation, guys. He's an internet sensation.
And when you go,
He's the professional. I have a lot of buttons to push. All right, so here's this one called "Your Life Might Be Down the Fucking Drain."
issues there, and you think you can just fucking ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because
Your boyfriend is a famous internet celebrity. I don't trust these people. Alex, why don't you trust people? Let's ask the question. Why doesn't Alex trust people? Could it be because he's stabbed people in the back so many times he can't afford to trust people because he's scared that people are going to do the exact same thing to him that he's done to others? Could that be the reason why?
internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small because you might not have anything to fucking lose because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You're making it incredibly fucking hard for me, just like Lewis did.
Yeah.
I fucking hate all of you. You guys are fucking like I can't make any videos of Paul Breach.
Now, the one thing I don't like about these last two videos, they were part of a larger conversation. I would have loved to have been able to see the entirety of the conversation, not these two quips of the conversation. Come on now. Listen, here's the thing. You two were obviously in a very toxic relationship. You have to be able to stand 10 toes down and show what you did wrong also. You have to. In a situation like this, you have to be able to stand up and go, you know what? This is where I fucked up. And here's everything. You have to be able to do that because if it gets found out later, then your whole story is screwed. Even though what you did may not have been as bad, but because you tried to hide it, your story is screwed. The only thing that's saving you with this story is that it's Alex. Honestly. I think that's the only thing that's saving her with this story is that it's Alex. Because most people probably would have looked at these screenshots and would have been like, I don't know. All right. Won't leave me alone. Okay. Okay, so this is the manic posting I was talking. Bruh, he's manic. I don't care what anybody says. He's manic. Look at this. Okay, so we have a date for this one. March 9th. All right? At 3:54 a.m. their time. All right, let's go. Look at all these messages. Look at all these messages. Look at this. I'm not even going to read all this. We're just going to let it scroll. Look at this. This is manic behavior. Look at this. You're not going to open these? I'm tired of waiting around for months. I really tried. These are the last message I'll send. But yet he keeps going. It's manic. This is crazy. This is manic. Look at this. DMs. Look at this. Did you see that at the very end? Look. That's manic. I'm sorry. I understand there is lack of her side going on here, but at the very least, you can see that Alex is not well. I'm sorry. From what he said to her about with the brick, from the DMs and the text messages of repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, he's not well. That is obsessive behavior. All right, guys. I'm pulling a J-Stalk. This is what he does. All right.
Sorry, my phone cut off. It wasn't acceptable behavior, like in any way, shape, or form. It was insane. Like, I guess I've just been stuck in that cycle for so long that I felt like I could do no wrong. I felt like I was the fucking, oh, look at me, I do all this fucking work and I do everything and I try and do this and, just nobody's appreciative and, You know, I know you appreciated it, and I know that you appreciate the effort that I used to put in. And then I just stopped because I had you, and you're my girlfriend, and we lived together. And the more further we got through our relationship, the less effort I put in. You know.
Notice his voice is cracking, like he's about to cry. Notice that?
And if it wasn't for you leaving, I might never, ever have changed my ways. I might have just continued on like that. At the end of the day, the only thing that's important is that I didn't listen to you. You were right. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I was impossible to work with. I didn't make it easy. I constantly thought inwards about myself and not about you and what was going on. I didn't make any attempts to change. I didn't make any attempts to fix my life. I
swear to God, listening to this message, it's like deja vu for me. Listening to this is literally like deja vu. I've had a very similar message. Crazy.
made excuses. And it got to the point where I wanted to be alone, because if I was alone, nobody could tell me that I was fucking up and I was doing anything wrong. And for the first week that you weren't here, I just spent the entire week doing nothing. And after that week, I realised just kind of like how fucked up my life was, and I have made attempts to try and fix it. You know, I have a schedule, I take out the bins, I look after the cats. You know, I'm like a functioning person. I go out for my bike ride. I've been sorting out my doctor's appointment, even though it's bloody hard in the middle of fucking nowhere. I am just like so frustrated because I've been doing all of that, but then I've been getting on with you, and instead of like apologising, I've been trying to just be like, oh no, look, I'm good now. Like I'm perfectly fine now. I'm like a person. Everything's great. And I realise that must come across as like so dismissive to you. Or also like, why is he doing that stuff now? Why is he being like this now? Why couldn't he have been like this back then? And then you get upset or angry, which is fine and understandable. Or I do something to upset and anger you, like following some fucking idiot on...
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like someone who lost control of the person they had control over at one time. He sounds like he's literally upset that he lost control of the situation. He lost control of her. That's what he sounds like.
Or Instagram, some woman. And, yeah, you must think like, oh, this guy's like, he's just a fucking cunt. And he's being a cunt. And he's not stopping being a cunt. And he's not going to apologise for what I did. He's not going to try and make it work with me. He just kind of wants me to be here. He doesn't want to lose me. I was trying to be like too cool and nonchalant at points, and then I would let it slip how uncool and how not well I was taking everything, and by that I mean my behaviour. I haven't been lashing out at you because of the fact that you left me. I've been lashing out at you because of the fact that I didn't fix my stuff. And I think what's worse, I'm being completely honest here, because I don't want to leave anything off the table at this point, is that like I generally had a conversation like with my friends a few months ago just about like how much I feel like, you know, I've just like, I don't feel good about myself. And I would wake up a lot of the times when I was with you, and I'd think I knew that I like didn't deserve to still be with you. And
He sounds desperate. He sounds desperate. He sounds desperate to get her back, and not in a good way. I'm sorry.
Instead of fixing it, I was just like, oh, I've already fucked it anyway. I became worse. Like, I sabotaged it. And it was intentional, because I knew that I was being shitty. And I just thought, oh, it's already too late. And it's really fucking piss poor. Obviously, it wasn't as clean cut as that. A lot of this stuff has been really complicated to work out, you know, because I blow hot and cold. You've seen me. I'm apologising 1 minute, shouting the next. Angry 1 minute, please come here, hold me. You know.
Oh! That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's go back on that one a little bit.
Obviously, it wasn't as clean cut as that. A lot of this stuff has been really complicated to work out, you know, because I blow hot and cold. You've seen me. I'm apologising 1 minute, shouting the next. Angry 1 minute, please come here, hold me. You know. It's like...
Okay, so hearing that, it sounds like to me that, yeah, he's not well. I am correct in my statement. He's not well.
Please come here, hold me. You know. It's like, I just feel like I've been really battling through this very weird thing. Also, with issues we'd have, you did this. Oh, wait, no, I see you didn't. It's okay, don't worry about it, forget about it. But it doesn't matter. I opened up a wound, and it scars, and the scar is always there. Just because I feel okay about it now doesn't mean that you did. And when I used to say stuff about, like, why can't we just move on? It's because I felt like I felt like I was comfortable, and I didn't make the effort to see if you were. And if you weren't, because I was, I didn't understand why you couldn't be.
Because you were comfortable being hot and cold with her? You were comfortable with yelling at her 1 minute and then being cool the next? You were comfortable that way. He's not well. He's not a well person.
No, I don't really know what that is. But I know that it's wrong. And I know that I knew of it. And to be honest, I thought that at a certain point, when I was sleeping on the sofa and stuff, I convinced myself that that's what you wanted. You obviously didn't. So I'm not saying you wanted it and I did it. As in, I convinced myself because I was making an excuse for myself. Not as in, I was doing it for you. I don't mean if I say anything along those lines, that's not how I mean it. I wasn't doing it for you, I was doing it for me. It was easier to avoid you. I wasn't putting the effort in. Because you obviously had said, like you have on this, like, give me time to come back, talk properly, apologise, I need time to process stuff. And I wasn't doing it. And then I started doing it almost like out of spite. Like, I started doing it being like, oh, yeah, well, I'm sleeping on the sofa now. Isn't this what you wanted? Isn't this what you wanted me to go away? Because I'm such a fuck up? It was like self-pitying, self-absorbed bullshit. And, yeah, just really, like, fucked up thing to do to you at the end of the relationship. So I know why you left, because at that point, there was, like, no love. At least I wasn't showing it anyway. A kiss when you're playing League probably was more annoying.
He's grasping at straws. He is grasping at anything possible to get her back. Yeah, he's floundering. 100%, Ben. He's floundering. Yes.
Anything, because I was probably doing it to avoid our problems. I got too reliant on you putting me in my place, and then you forgiving me. Like, it just became a cycle. I allowed you to be the fixer-upper of our relationship, and it wasn't right, And then...
How is she the fixer-upper when obviously it didn't fix? And how is she supposed to fix you? You're supposed to fix yourself. Like, I'm not trying to do the cliche RuPaul statement, but the RuPaul statement goes, how can you love anyone else before you love yourself, or something like that. Like, if you don't love yourself, how can you love anyone else? It's the truth. If you do not love yourself, and if you do not respect yourself, you're not going to love anyone else, and you're not going to respect anyone else.
I made everything worse. There's so much more I could go into detail about, and talk about, I don't know, really, like, there's a lot, it's sometimes, like, hard to keep on track, and, but I feel like, right, like, that's something that I wanted to say on top of everything. I just want to make it really clear that, like, it's, like, it was me. And anything that I said before in any argument, I have looked back at all of them, I went back and read them. I read old iMessages from us, from the beginning of the last year. I could see how I caused everything. Jealous about you playing games with your friends, because I wanted you to dedicate your life to me.
Jealous that you were playing games with your friends because I wanted you to dedicate your life to me. I don't care what kind of relationship you are in, but you've got to have your own life. You have to have your own friend group. You can't be so reliant on someone that every decision that you do in your life is just about them. You have to have your own. You have to have your own friend group. You have to have your me time. No matter what, you have to have your me time. There is no dedicating my life to you. In the sense of everything I do is focused around you. Right now with me and my husband, I've decided I want to stream Monday through Friday, and I may stream Saturday and Sunday after he goes to bed or whatever, but Saturday and Sunday, I'm spending time with him and doing things. Either stuff around the house or, getting out of the house together or something. That's our time. You know what I mean? You have to do that.
Not in a fucking weird way. I just, I wanted to run off into the sunset with you. I was madly in love. But probably, I had, oh, fuck, my toe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. I was madly in love.
You know what? That was karma. That was karma because karma knew you were trying to bullshit her. So karma decided for you to stub your toe. Okay? Karma said, you know what? You need a good toe stubbing. And that's what happened. All right? Karma said, stub your toe. Just saying.
And I wanted to just fucking keep you as my own. I didn't want anybody else to have your time or anything. And yeah, it's fucked up because like now I understand it. Like when I started playing games with my mates, I didn't have at the time. I was just working. Like I was jealous of what you had, and I wanted to be involved because my friends had stopped playing games ages ago. Like it didn't really talk. Like everybody had moved away. Like at the time we met, the only thing I had going was making YouTube videos and you. And you know, that's why for the first like 3-4 months, like I was just like.
You know what it sounds like to me? His ass got isolated because he treated everybody like shit and he wanted her to be isolated just like he was. So that way they can be like Bonnie and Clyde and just be him and her. He wanted her to be just as isolated as he was. Why were you isolated, Alex? Was it because you screw everybody over? Could that be the reason?
Constantly obsessed, and then I did try to make it more healthy. That's why I started playing games with my friends. But even then, like I started to do that at the point where I should have been giving you more attention. Like I was doing everything in the wrong order, and for the wrong reasons. And I am deeply sorry for that. And I just wanted to make that clear that I can see every single direction where I went wrong. And obviously, there's more stuff that upset you, you know, and you know my behaviour recently. Like after that. You know, that's just a horrible misplace of my own ego. Like, I have wanted you to run back to me, and I wanted you to, you know, be forgiving. I wanted you to just kind of go, yeah, that's good enough, Alex, you've tried, or we'll work on it. And you did do that. It's the worst part, is you did do that. And at the time, I wanted so much more. I was, like, so desperate for you to just, like, fucking come back home. But anything else that wasn't that just made me so frustrated because, you know, I felt like it was slipping away, but not just that. I felt like, you know, I even said to you, like, I'm worried that I haven't got to a place, I was still being vicious and lashing out at you and being angry. But I was, like, using it as, like, an excuse to fucking do it, being like, look, I might do it. Like, it was like, it was blackmail. Like, I was being like, you should call me, because if you don't call me, you're going to lose.
I don't know. I'm hearing that you have the reputation of doing that to your own friends. I think it was Tommy that said that Alex was known for, you know, collecting dirt on his friends and going, man, it would be a shame if this came out about you, huh? When they just started bugging you. You like to be in control of people. You feel like you are top dog and you deserve to be the leader of the pack. And you're upset because one of them got away. He's not in charge of her anymore because she's not there. He's telling you a lot about himself in this call. I'm going to be honest. She could have been just as toxic. But what he's telling in this call, if you actually listen to the words coming out of his mouth, it says a lot about him. And it honestly, it confirms a lot of the rumors that were going on and a lot of the shit talking that was going on about Alex. That all those people were right this entire time. He is confirming it in this call.
Apology, I'm going to be all angry, and it's because I couldn't control my emotions at all, and I wasn't trying to. I wanted to. I felt like anytime you pulled away, I wanted to just burn everything down. That was just where my brain went to. Just fuck everything. Yeah, obviously, I'm not at that place anymore. But I was for like 4 fucking months, so that's way too long. Obviously, there were points where I was doing better, but I wanted you to move at my pace. And obviously, I was sprinting because I did know the damage I'd done.
Oh, we're starting to cry again, folks, okay? We're starting to cry again. We got to get that little bit of emotion to let you know, how sad I am that you're not here.
So I was trying to push you too fast and further than you wanted by showering you in gifts and and sending you messages and trying to call you and being like, let's meet up and all of that. I should have done it all in the first week. I'm really deeply sorry that it took me this long to really reflect properly on everything. I was still victimizing myself.
And there we go. I was still victimizing myself because what? Alex likes to be the victim. He likes to be the judge, the jury, and the victim all at the same time. Allegedly, he sent this when he heard she was going to be releasing TikToks. I'm sure he did. I am so sure he did. I believe it. I truly believe it because the man sounds desperate. I love a little desperation first thing in the day, let me tell you. A little bit of desperation just makes my petty heart go pitter-patter, let me tell you.
What's wrong with me? And I should not have made that even more of an issue for you. Just really, I really wasn't responsible. I wasn't being responsible, I mean. Because I was responsible, but I wasn't being responsible for your feelings. And, you know.
This is, okay. This isn't a, I'm sorry for treating you like shit. This is, I'm sorry if that's the way you felt. I'm sorry for the way you feel. Not, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for the way you feel. And if you could please stop feeling that way, apparently, and not put out the TikToks. Apparently. I'm sorry you feel that way.
I can't believe that I was, you know, how I was thinking.
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm sorry,
Wait.
but this is
Hold
super
on.
long on top of everything.
Wait a minute. So if he gave her this, knowing and hearing that she was going to put those TikToks out, he's a piece of shit. And he is thinking about his career. If that's the case, if he sent this knowing she was going to put those TikToks out, this is solely about his career on YouTube. He does not give a shit about her. Alex does not give a shit about anybody but himself.
Wait for you to respond, and then, you know, maybe I'll send more or whatever. I just want you to know that it's not your fault. And it wasn't your responsibility to fix me. And it wasn't your responsibility. Like, I only came to this conclusion because I had to do it myself. Like, I had to go through this to get to this point, to figure this out. You didn't have to. You didn't have to be a part of this. You didn't have to have this happen. I should have done this in my own time, on my own accord. But I chose to bury my issues before fixing them. But it's not you. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, so after this, and we're not done with it yet, but I gotta ask this question. What can ImAllexx say in response to all of this coming out? What can he say after this call being heard by everybody? What can he say? When he is completely taking the blame for everything in hopes she doesn't put everything out.
Like, you're not responsible for this. You're not responsible for what happened. You tried your best. It's nothing to do with you. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you're lesser or because you have issues.
Oh my God, is he going to pull the zero defense? Oh my God, is he going to pull the zero defense? Okay, listen, I made that voice message to her because I was in a bad place and I was suicidal. Is that going to be the defense? Is he going to pull a zero defense? Is that what's going to happen? He was in a bad space, guys. He was in a dark place.
It's not because of that. Like, you were fine.
Oh, we're crying again.
It's not because you. It's not because of you. It's nothing to do with you. You were so open with me about so many things. I knew how you felt about all the stuff that I used to make excuses as to why I was feeling that way. Sorry. Like, I knew how you felt about everything. We spoke about everything. We covered everything. We buried everything. We'd have conversations about everything. It took me to meet your friends to stop being a fucking bitch about them. That's not acceptable. You shouldn't have been a bitch about them in the first place. They were lovely people. I trusted them. Obviously, the recent stuff was kind of sucked. That wasn't your fault. And you know, you did actually tell me, and you were upfront and honest about it, which is more than I could say for how I've been. And instead, I used that to call you a liar. So I understand why you, I understand it's my fault why we have a lot of all of the issues. Sorry, not a lot. I'm not trying to let myself get off the hook. All of them.
Oh, I'm not trying to let myself off the hook. Man, I can't wait for his video to come out. I cannot wait for his video to come out because I am going to be I feel like I'm going to be amazed by the words that come out of his mouth. Oh, this is going to be too funny.
And with work and stuff, I know that you were just trying to enjoy it. And I was making it unenjoyable for you because I wasn't having fun. So I believe that everybody else shouldn't have fun and that you shouldn't have fun. And that I convinced myself that life is miserable and life is fucking putting up with stuff. And, I just remember moments with you where I was my happiest and, sat in your bedroom.
Oh,
just
here we
me
go.
and you, just lying there together. And, it should have been that all the time.
Oh, here we go.
And when we got bare, or you got bare.
Wait, are you gonna actually shed a tear? Is that what's happening? Are you gonna actually shed a tear? Okay, he's getting ready to talk about the cat. Hold on. Because this is an important part. I don't care what anybody says. This is an important part.
Just lying there together. And, it should have been that all the time. And when we got bare, or you got bare, sorry, still doing it, just how happy I was for you, because I thought it would help you heal. But I was right there just making stuff worse. I made even your relationship with the cat, I was upsetting you. And because I was being selfish and being like, why doesn't she, I was like, why doesn't she want to share the cat with me? And it's because of the way that I was acting. And I knew that, by the way, I didn't just figure that out. I knew that back then. I was like, of course she's going to take the cat away from me. I'm being a dick. Why would she want a cat near me? She doesn't want the cat to be attached to me because she probably wants to leave. And I felt that. And I knew that, by the way, I didn't just figure that out. I knew that back then. I was like, of course she's going to take the cat away from me. I'm being a dick. Why would she want a cat near me? She doesn't want the cat to be attached to me because she probably wants to leave. And I felt that at the time, and instead of doing anything about it, I just fucking moped and sulked like a fucking child. I'm sorry for getting emotional. I'm just really angry at myself. Because you were the best.
You were the best
fucking,
around.
But you were, And even all the way back to when you said that stuff about the bipolar disorder. And I was mean. I read that text the other day, and I'm so angry. Like, why was I like that to you? I know what I meant at the time, but I was making it about me. And you said that, you knew that. And I did apologize.
Isn't that kind of ImAllexx's story, making everything about him? Is that him basically admitting what people have said about Alex for years? That everything is about him? Isn't it amazing that one woman can take you down like this? That is how weak of a man you are, that one woman can take you down. Not all these YouTubers that couldn't stand you, not all the YouTubers you screwed behind their backs. A woman took you down. How does that feel, Alex? How does that feel? And literally, you confirmed everything that everybody's been saying about you this whole time in this one call. Everything. Telling y'all, don't underestimate a woman scorned. Don't ever, ever, ever underestimate a woman scorned. I'm just saying.
Back then. But I didn't change any behaviour. I saw you say that and I thought, oh, that's an excuse for why she doesn't text me, that's an excuse for why she doesn't want to talk to me, because I was down your throat. And in reality, you were just trying to say it's not my fault and I'm doing my best. But instead I thought you were using it because I was so convinced myself that you were out of my league and that I didn't deserve you. And also that I was going to fuck it up. I convinced myself that you were always looking for a way out. When in reality, you just wanted me to be normal. You didn't want my money. You didn't want anything from me apart from me to just be what I could be all the time. And I'm so sorry, Alice.
Are you though?
I'm so
for real?
sorry. I let you down.
My question is, did you apologize for all of this prior to this call? and prior to the fact of you knowing that her TikToks were about to come out? I'm just wondering. Just saying.
And, I don't deserve to be forgiven. I don't deserve anything. I should be held accountable for my mistakes. To you, it was wrong.
Well, it's all over the internet, so I guess you're getting what you asked for in that sense. Because you're kind of being held, your feet's kind of getting held to the fire now, huh? You said it there. That's what you wanted. Well, it's kind of happening.
And I'm sorry, but it's taken you to do everything in your power to really make me understand it. I really held on to the last minute to not do this. Like, I tried my best to avoid this. And I don't know why, because if I'd have done it, if I'd have actually just truly been like, I fucking suck, I just don't want to admit it, because honestly, I had convinced myself that my ego was the only thing that was keeping me going. I'd convinced myself it was the only reason I was working. I convinced myself it was the only reason why I could get anything done. And that if I didn't have my ego, then I wouldn't be able to work, and I'd give up on everything, and I'd quit. And then, you know, I'd give up on life, and I'd just be this fucking mopey loser. When in reality, I think if I'd have just given up on everything, I would have been happy with you. But instead, I convinced myself that this fucking terrible behaviour was powering me like a fucking machine.
Ooh, that's a statement. That's a statement. Oh, listen to that one again.
You know, I'd give up on life, and I'd just be this fucking mopey loser. When in reality, I think if I'd have just given up on everything, I would have been happy with you. But instead, I convinced myself that this fucking terrible behaviour was powering me like a fucking machine.
Was it powering you like a machine when you would stick the knife into your friends' backs? Was that also powering you like a machine? Does it power you like a machine when you treat people like shit and lie to them and make up lies about people and cancel people based on lies? Did that power you like a machine too?
And I told myself that without it, I would not be able to work and make myself do stuff, because I beat myself up all the time to work. I don't do it for fun. I wasn't doing anything out of enjoyment. I was doing it like, I've got to fucking do this. If I don't do this, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to fuck stuff up. I'm going, nobody's going to want to be around me. Nobody's going to be friends with me. But in the process, I was just pushing you away. And like you said it the other day, that you'd rather have nothing and be happy than have everything and be miserable. And, I would do anything in the world to have absolutely nothing right now apart from you. I would trade all of this, everything here, because it's worth nothing. It's not worth fucking anything. It's just built on being miserable. You're the only thing I had that I actually enjoyed. And I convinced myself that somehow that loads of it was fake and wrong. And
I'm going to be honest. I feel like the place that I'm at now, at 48 years old, if I would have got a message like this, I would have sent him back a voice note with me just laughing. Literally, just me laughing. That would have been the voice note back. Or I would have just texted him back, LOL. Because I don't take a damn thing he's saying serious.
I used it to hurt you. I'm going to leave this here. I don't know what you'll have to say, and I understand, really, whatever happens. Like, I'm not going to hold anything against you. Like, it's not your fault. I don't hold any of it against you. I don't hold anything. I understand, like, I do. And I'm sorry for crying. I just, when I start, I don't open up ever, because I have kind of shut all of this stuff down for so long. Like, I hadn't cried in forever.
Of course you haven't cried in forever.
The only time I ever cried is when I apologised to you, and that was because I realised kind of how much I'd fucked stuff up, and, seeing you hurt is just the worst. I don't want that. I don't want to see you hurting. I want that less than anything in the world. And I'm sorry for putting you through so much.
Was that it? Are we done? We're done. Okay, so I think that was all of the videos, voice notes, etc., etc. Let me look. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Yep, that was everything. All right, so we are done with this folder. Bam. Done. It's done, baby.